Yeah, Mr. Igini, the issue of forgery, in the eyes of the law, is a criminal offense.
Criminal offense.
And as it stands right now from, yes, but as it stands right now from your allegation, what is the way forward? What will happen right now with this case of issue of forgery that you have mentioned and falsification of a document? What's the way forward?
As I speak to you, the Nigerian police, they are on the matter. I mean, they have the statutory responsibility to prosecute, to investigate, and I'm aware that the investigation has been concluded, all right, on the matter. This is not one case that INEC wants to be involved in because, you know, that's a matter for people. You remember that a professor has been jailed for 3 years. Another one is going to go for another 14 years because that's one INEC took responsibility. This result that they forged, it belongs to the party. But we were at the venue. INEC was at the venue when the successful committee led by Banki Yusuf came to Akwa Ibom. It is their affair. All we needed to do was to be there. And that is why I'm going to make this point very clear. There are two schools of thought. I belong to the first school of thought that, look, we cannot be micromanaging political parties. Let us not be in the arena of conflict. Whatever candidate that they present for election, INEC should take them so that INEC should not be involved in political party monitoring. But that is not the position of the law. The law says we should monitor. That has only been my argument.
Okay, Mike, what is the implication of this for APC in the next Guba election? Does it mean that they don't have a candidate?
Very clear. Rosan, the implication is very clear. Law, the rule of law is preferable to the rule of individuals, no matter how magnanimous. Our democracy must be anchored on the rule of law. So, when you fail to act in the way and manner prescribed by the law, whether that is a political act, it has legal consequences. And the legal consequences of that is that with respect to the Guba, there is no Guba candidate. And I must make this point clear here, that, and I will speak on the other one, with respect to Guba, no Guba primary conducted. Whether they accuse the commission, my person, which is very unfortunate for them, that I am biased. How am I biased? At the venue of the Shared Grace Arena, where you had the former secretary of their party, when we were there, they attempted to use our presence. So want to do what they call it, accreditation of the delegates. They were all over the place there. And my attention was drawn to it. I said, you can never try that where I am. Oh, the other group of people, they are going to do the same thing. I said, whatever they do elsewhere, not monitored by INEC, to be a nullity. So it will be a different thing today, like the people of this country. If the commission, under my watch here in Akwa Ibom, has supported a Guba candidate from this group and rejected from the other group, both of them, these groups, they do not have candidates. And that is why, from what I've heard, the other man, Akwa, has moved to NNPP.
Yes.
So how am I biased
Mr.
here?
Igini, because
How is commission biased?
Yeah, Mr. Igini, I need to put these questions to you because I understand we are indeed pressed for time. So there is also the argument that the courts have usurped the powers of INEC. In fact, that position and argument was buttressed again only yesterday by human rights lawyer and senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, who is saying that the involvement of courts in the electoral process has not been favorable to Nigeria's democracy rather. I wonder if this is a position that you share. And just to add to that, with these threats by this group, do you fear for your life, Mr. Igini?
First and foremost, we must take responsibility for ourselves, our personal security, by doing what we need to do. But ultimately, life and God that can permit the taking of life. But the state has a duty and responsibility to protect those who are saying should be well with Nigeria, those who fight for a good cause for our country. It is for the federal government to protect all such persons. With respect to the question of the correct, profound view of the senior advocate Leonard C. Falana, I agree with him wholly and absolutely that indeed we must be careful of what the retired Supreme Court Justice of England, Jonathan Sumption, referred to as the expanding empire of the courts in political matter in our country, which is clear indication of the failure of politics and trying to use law to take voice. Today, in our country, regrettably, painfully, political questions are being taken to court to answer. Who should be a candidate is being taken to court to answer. Who should participate as delegate? It is down the court they are taking it to. This is the failure of politics. And the warning of Jonathan Sumption is that the more political parties politics fail and people go to court, politicians will try to take control of the courts. And that when they take control of the courts, that will be a clear danger. Because the courts are not meant to answer political questions. Today, this is what is going on in our country. I just told you how the Federal High Court said INEC, therefore having the report of what happened on the 16th of October, went to say that INEC should give certificate of return. It is dangerous. We have to be very careful. I must say this here. There must be a standard of behavior. We must have a national character. We do not have people who are morally, ethically challenged to find themselves in position of authority. You cannot have a blossoming democracy without having Democrats. Most of the people you see are wearing their carnival performance, wearing the costume of Democrats.
All right, Mr. Igini, we have to leave you here now. We must thank you so much, Mr. Mike Igini, the INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner, for coming on the program and making clarifications on this issue that has been ongoing for some time. Of course, as we get along, we hope and look forward to normalcy returning to Akwa Ibom State as a whole. But we thank you so much for being on our program this morning. We'll keep a tab on developments again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mike Igini.